Welcome back. Champions League quarterfinals just finished. Saw the best rivalry in soccer last weekend. Let's get right into it.
That was good. That was really good. The fucking best rivalry in soccer.
We start from the beginning, as we always do. Starting off the game, we actually looked pretty good. I mean, there wasn't really any holes that we could see defensively, just getting obviously exposed within the first 10 minutes, like we have seen multiple times this year against any type of decent team. I mean, Liverpool didn't really do a whole lot against us for the first 15 minutes. Like, United had really good pressures. They had a lot of possession throughout the game, and it was pretty good first 15 minutes.
I think it was, and you could see, at United, it's not an easy place to go, Old Trafford, especially for Liverpool, as we've seen.
Even though we're bad.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what form United are in. It seems like they always put up a fight against Liverpool and Manchester. We've seen some 7-0s.
In Anfield.
And we've seen some really disappointing losses in Anfield. But at Old Trafford, they put up a fight.
I agree. It definitely was a team spirit that did not show during the Chelsea game, especially during those last 15 minutes. But they showed some real heart, some passion, and eventually we do give up one.
We say all these good things.
One brother.
We say all these good things, but we do have to also acknowledge United are United.
We do this every time. I mean, it's just, so it comes off of a corner. Once again, set pieces is an issue. It seems like with every team that I ever support, set pieces are an issue. The U.S. men's national team.
Yeah.
It's like both teams, just for whatever reason, they don't want to do this one thing, and it just bugs the hell out of me.
We need a set piece coach on all fronts.
On both of them. Have somebody, just like a player, report to the national team for your national team time, or come back to United, split shifts. But we do go down 1-0, and we didn't drop. We actually did have decent momentum coming back and, continuing to play pretty well in that first half.
First half, though, it ends 1-0. Very underwhelming. United, though, still hanging in second half. We start. Really good United start. But a very poor Liverpool error by Kwanzaa. He misplaces a pass. Bruno Fernandes is there to take it. And what does Bruno Fernandes do? He smashes it into the back of the net from 40, 50 yards or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that people recognize, especially Tanner, because, I say sometimes positive things about De Bruyne, because I acknowledge he is that good. And to hear Tanner just admit that, it actually, I like it.
I will say, it's just because, it's United. So if you're a United fan, if you want that to fall to anyone on your team, it's Bruno Fernandes, without a doubt.
Yeah.
From that range, he sees the goalie. Well, I don't know if he's really out of position or, that's really where he's supposed to be, but unfortunately the center back makes a bad pass, so Bruno grabs it and puts it in the net. That's exactly who you'd want in that scenario for a United perspective. Any other player gets that, they're probably fucking it up.
Especially with the form that they're in. There's really only one guy that you want that falling to, and thankfully it fell to him. And we started playing even better than what we saw glimpses of in the first half. So they kept going, man.
It carries on, and that's when we see the young English lad.
Kobe Mainu. Just shout out, man. We know you're watching, we know you love the videos and everything, and I want to tell you that I love watching you play. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to watch you play on Thursdays and Sundays this upcoming or next season, but I'm going to still fucking watch because, he's just a baller, man. He's so good. He comes up in the biggest moments that he knows he needs to for his team, against Wolves, against Liverpool. Just very similar goals, and just does what he has to do every single week.
It was a really good goal. He does what he does. Young English, future world-class talent for sure, I think, because he's phenomenal. We move, and then we eventually get to the 85th minute. Oh my goodness, Wan-Bissaka makes a mistake.
I mean, 99.999% of the time Wan-Bissaka makes that tackle. I mean, it wasn't really warranted, but neither are a lot of his other ones, if we're being completely honest. It's going to happen. It kills me that it happens at that time, and Harvey Elliott makes a meal out of it. I hate it.
And then what happens? Mo Salah steps up, does what Mo Salah does. Scores the pen. It's 2-2. It was a really good game from a neutral's perspective. I think as a United fan, you take it. As a City fan in the title race, I'll definitely take it. I really kind of, wanted United to win there with that Kobe minute, but, they had to go and be United and let up a lead while in winning position, whatever.
We've literally dropped so many points from the last 3 games against Brentford, Chelsea, and now Liverpool. It's literally just these points. If we would have held on to the leads that we had, we've lost them from winning possessions. If we would have won those games, we would be in the top 4 race easily right now. But we're bad. Like I said earlier, we do have to talk about the obligatory Champions League matches, even though my team wasn't in them. We'll go to first, Arsenal 2, Bayern 2. Pretty good game. A lot of emotion, a lot of intensity, some good goals,
Sure.
A lot of controversy around the game. Exactly what you want to see from a spectator.
It was a really good game. Kicked off with a beautiful finish from Saka, and then not later on, Gnabry equalizes. And then you're thinking, wow, what the hell? Arsenal capitulating yet again. And then what does Harry Kane do? Steps up, scores a penalty at the Emirates. Ex-Tottenham man. Scoring at the Emirates probably feels pretty good for him.
Biggest trophy of his life.
Biggest trophy of his life, okay? You know what I mean? But not long until the end of the game, we see in the 80th minute, Trossard ties it up for Arsenal.
Big
They're
moment.
going crazy at the Emirates. We're moving on.
Who wouldn't be?
It's 2-2, the 90th something plus. Bukayo Saka on the run.
Literally the last kick of the game.
Man tries to cut to the left and sticks his right leg out. You fucking Muppet.
We all saw exactly what he was trying to do.
Come on.
I could understand if he's continuing his run and he tries to get out of the way, genuinely tries to move in some sort of way, out of the way. But no. Dude kicks his leg into Neuer. Now, does Neuer take a step there to plant? Yes. He's planting there, but in no way would he have been in Saka's natural path. He kicks his leg out looking for it, and I can't blame him. It's the 95th minute or whatever in a Champions League game.
But the ref spot.
Put the ref in a tough spot, and he did, and the ref came through, and that's why we're giving you praise, Stripes. It doesn't happen often, but you're getting it. Over to the weaker side of the bracket, we saw Atletico and Dortmund face off. Not quite as high energy game as you would have expected from Dortmund. They really didn't have much of it. No. They go down 1-0 early, and then they just keep going. 2-0. Atletico does 2-0, and then thankfully for them, Haller in the 81st, finally able to get something for him to give them some sort of hope when they go back to Germany.
Yeah. Goal fest in France. We see a 2-3 loss to PSG from Barcelona in the whatever stadium. The Parc des Princes. That's it. There it is. I'm thinking, okay.
We know French.
Barcelona going in there. Raphina. Ooh, with some filthy goals. 2 goals on the day.
The guy did really well in a team that he is not really expected to be the main guy right now because there's so many good players in form for that team that when he steps up, he does really well.
It was a really good performance by him. They get a third late on to make it 3-2 after being tied for quite a little bit. It's an advantage taking back into Spain. They're definitely going to need that because Mbappe, I think he's going to turn up more for the second leg than he did the first because he was pretty quiet this one. And your favorite game of the week, my favorite game of the week.
It was a good one.
Manchester City. From a neutral's perspective, from all the games this week, definitely the most thrilling. Goals galore. I didn't think it was anything bad quality really. This was goals of quality. Every goal was earned and fought for, and it was insane except one, which is kind of bullshit. But we'll get into it. Bernardo Silva though, from very early on, stepping up, starting in the absence of Kevin De Bruyne, who's on the bench today for Phil Foden in the 10. I don't want to say it's for Phil Foden in the 10, but I think they could play midfield together with Rodri. But Phil Foden's in the 10, De Bruyne out, Very upsetting. Bernardo Silva's on our free kicks.
Sinks it.
Goalie's caught out. Lunin. What are you doing, brother?
Courtois doesn't let that happen.
He's absolutely lacking. Bernardo Silva taking advantage of it, though. That's what he does. Smart, technical, God-gifted player, Bernardo Silva. One of the best players in the world, I think. Moving on, though, it gets a little downhill.
Dicey.
It gets a little downhill from here, I'm not going to lie. We move on. Camavinga gets the ball from Carvajal. Steps up, takes a shot. It's going nowhere. Deflects off of Ruben Diaz.
Who?
Ruben
Dias.
Ruben Dias deflects off of him, goes flying into the back of the net. I am fuming. I'm fuming. This guy.
Just so unlucky.
It's not. It's like if you earn it, you earn it, and the next goal after, not too far from it. Then they kind of earned it. It was a little bad defending, but we'll get to that. Anyway, own goal. I'm fucking fuming. A few minutes later, what happens?
Not only does he get upset about one goal, he's got to get
What
upset
happens?
about the 2 goals.
We see Rodrigo running through, doing what he does. Rodrigo, amazing player. Love him for Brazil. Hate him for Madrid. He's so good. This kid is running down, gets through. Akanji catches up. You know what I mean? Rodrigo did slow down. He gets in front of him. Rodrigo
Just the P-roller.
taps it in
Into the
between
corner.
Akanji's legs, hits off his heel. Ortega, who starts over Ederson because he's been playing so well, just couldn't get to it. It was too far. A P-roller, as he says, into the back of the net. I'm fuming at this point.
I mean, it's tough to see that second one go in like that. It's tough to see the first one go in like that. I mean, you got redeemed when you equalized it back there, to be completely honest.
At the Bernabéu, too, that for them to get those goals right there, it's just so unfortunate. And we go into halftime, we're down 2-1.
Looking great.
You know, at the Bernabéu, it's not a terrible result, but it's not good. You know what I mean? You don't want to be you can't go into a result thinking a loss is good. You know what I mean? Even if you're down 1, like, you can't do that. So we need to be, getting a result here. We move on. Who steps up? Shortly on in the second half. Outside the box.
The Philliest of Fodens.
Phil fucking Foden. This kid is world class. Tell him Rio Ferdinand. He's world class. Okay? This kid should be starting in the 10 for England. He should be in midfield for City. Okay? I can't even, who is Jude Bellingham? Where was he on the field, Trevin? Please tell me, because I didn't see him. Okay.
He's playing in a role that does not suit him at all.
He's a 10.
He's basically
10.
a striker.
Okay.
Let's all be honest here. He's basically a striker.
We move Phil Foden with a cracker. Okay? The cracker. Phil Foden with a cracker. Okay? We move on. It's 2-2. I'm gassed. I'm freaking hyped in my chair because watching this Phil Foden goal. The star boy. And then the new signing. 100 million pound man.
Fuck you.
100 million pound man. Gavardio. With the right foot, Trevin.
They need to have these players tested. They need to re-up them drug screenings.
The right foot. He slaps it. From outside the box, curls it. From left back, this guy has not had the best first season. It's not been terrible, but it's not been the best. You know what I mean? You'd expect more from 100 million pound, as you always do, but a first season in a Pep Guardiola team who's a center back playing left back. Let's be honest here. He was always playing center back for Leipzig. That's you know what I mean?
I'm hearing her excuse.
And he's playing a new position in a new league. He's stepping up though. He's playing all right. Gets the amazing goal. We're up 3-2 at the Bernabéu. Okay, 3-2. There's hope. We might come out here with a win. No.
Fetty Wap. Just absolutely just really good pass from Vinicius. I don't know if that's what he meant to do, but he holds the ball up so well. Spots him. Just a great pass over to him.
Yeah, big ups to Vinny J and Rodrigo, who had really good games. But the defense of City, we played good. I'm not gonna lie. You can say we let in 3 goals. I thought Ortega had a decent game, made good saves. I thought the defense played pretty well. There were times where, you know, they got through, but what else can you expect with a high line like that? With Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, two of the quickest, most talented on-the-ball players in the world right now, running at you. So when your defense is on the halfway line, those opportunities are going to come. So I thought we defended well overall in that aspect. But Freddy Valverde, from a pearl pass, he cracks it. Right foot, off the volley, into a tight corner. Probably the best goal of the game, I'll be honest. I thought the Phil Foden goal was fucking amazing. But if I'm going, and if I'm being honest, putting the bias aside, I think that talent, the ability to do that on the volley in the corner,
crazy,
had to put it precisely where it needed to go to get past Ortega. Makes it 3-3. Bernabéu's going crazy. It ends, and as honestly, 3-3 at the Bernabéu, you got to take that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an easy result to get. Like, if you're at home and it's 3-3, maybe you feel a little hard done. Maybe you feel like you could have gotten one more or potentially stopped something.
Real Madrid probably feel like they wish they would have come out with a win, obviously. I think that the 2 goals back-to-back for City were really needed, especially because they came really close to each other. It was not only it tied up, but then we took the lead really quick. So I think that really took the momentum out of Real Madrid and gave us that hope to keep going. They did get the equalizer again, as we said later on, but still.
I mean, you would hope, and if you're Real Madrid, that you could get a better result there.
Yeah.
But honestly, you got everything to play for.
For sure.
It's down to one game. It honestly, you just have to take it out of your head.
Away goes out the window.
Yeah, whether it's home, away, it doesn't matter. You're playing for the win. That's all it is. They have one game to decide if you go through or not. And this possibly could be the winner of the Champions League that wins this game.
It's going to be at the Etihad, okay? We are not losing. I'm telling you right now. It's not going into extra time. Mark this video, listen to it, play it back. Manchester City, I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester City.
I'm going to go 3-2 Real Madrid.
I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester City. Kyle Walker's coming back. Vinicius Jr.'s getting clamped up. I don't think they can do it at the Etihad. They ain't been on it like that. So we go to Bernabéu, get a 3-3. We're going back to the Etihad. I think we're going back confident too.
Still got Premier League coming up. Games are coming every single week, some midweeks. United have Bournemouth this week, so hopefully we can get 3 points out of something, but I won't bet on it.
Tyler Adams is back, so he's gonna shut him down.